Right, I've just asked it to print out the pins, well, about 4 minutes ago. I heated up the bed to 70. The nozzle has just now come to 190. I'm asking this to print over on the right hand side because, as you see, the bed, well, this blue painter's tape was damaged with the last print. When I pulled it up, I pulled up half the painter's tape, well, not half, but a good chunk out of it there. So that's a home, and now this BLTouch is going to do the auto leveling routine. Like go to 9 points on the bed and check how level the bed is, and then it will be able to do automatic raising and lowering of the axis as it prints. Although I am using Cura, and I don't know if Cura is actually doing the auto leveling correctly or not. It certainly didn't seem to be in the last print. Nothing at all wrong with the machine, because when I've used Slicer, the Z axis does move up and down as it's printing. It's just since I've been using Cura, it's not moving that Z axis up or down while it's printing to allow for any like outer level bed, what people call tramming. So this is my BLTouch. Let me, there's a bit of filament come off there. That was long nose pliers can be your friend. And after the auto leveling, I ask it to raise up quite a bit. Excuse my throat there, I've got problems with my throat. It's not the printer, because I have had problems with my throat for many years. Right, and just now it should be coming into print. I hope it is going to print over there, right hand corner. I am asking for rafts on these pins. There's two like tall, about 8mm diameter pins. Let's see if it does go over. I think it's doing something. It's going to try and print in the middle. Yep, so it's printing over there, more near the right hand side, which is what I was hoping for. I need myself a better tripod than this one, so I'm going out of focus there. So I am asking for rafts because of the height of these. They're quite tall in relation to the width, otherwise they might get knocked off. Again, I'll be speeding this up. I think this might be about half an hour, possibly 3/4 of an hour print, this one. We've got some almost string in between the two rafts there. I might have to readjust the temperature, or actually I meant to readjust the retraction on this print, but I haven't done that. So the retraction is only set for 0.7 at 40mm per second. That's not a lot. See the LEDs on my Hotend, and you can see the BLTouch. Very good, this BLTouch. It doesn't matter what type of bed you've got. comes down and touches off. I think it's got a Hall sort of sensor inside. I'll put a link to this in this video so you can check it out. This is the classic one. I don't know, I think there was a previous version to this BLTouch. Well, I imagine they've improved it and called it classic. So I'm starting to actually print the two pins. One of these pins does have a hole in it. So that would be interesting to see how that sort of turns out. So I'm going to pause the camera a second because I have to do that to get it onto like faster speed on the video, and then I'm going on to faster video speed. So back to normal speed on the video. As you can see, there's a bit of stringing mess between the two pins, so there's two pins here. As I say, retraction is only set to 0.7 at 14 mil per second. So I think that's quite low. Temperature on the nozzle is 190, so that can impact on stringing. And the bed is set to 70. Blue painter's tape, I didn't bother replacing the blue painter's tape when it got tore here with the previous print. I'm just printing somewhere where it hasn't been ripped, basically. So apart from this sort of stringing between the two parts, it's pretty good. It's about half an hour into this print. I estimate, I'm not sure how long this print will take. I didn't bother really checking in Cura when it did it. I estimate this to be a bit under halfway. We haven't reached the hole that I have in one of these pins. The hole is for a 4mm bolt to go in. Both these pins are used in the quick release extruder, belt drive extruder I'm trying to put together. One is like used to hold a bearing, skateboard bearing in place that presses onto the filament, and the other one is to hold a bolt that will hook and unhook from the main body to replace the filament when needed. You can see the damage to the blue painter's tape there. I am looking for a better printing surface. I mean, this blue painter's tape is usually pretty good actually if you get your settings right, I think. As you see, sometimes it can tear or get damaged. Seems to be flickering this video, I don't know why. Check the power supply. Seems to be okay. So we're using Cura here, and the Z axis is not moving at all. I've noticed this since I've started using Cura, and it was working fine when I was using Slicer. And I know it's not the BLTouch, otherwise it wouldn't work in Slicer. So it's starting to do the whole part that is in this right hand one for the 4mm bolt that will go through. That's why it's changing its tune. It's music that plays, call it music, print music. We're 32 minutes into this print. So that hole is halfway along in this sort of pin. I'm going to call them pins, a bit like dowels, 8mm diameter dowels, although pinned slightly under so that they will fit a bit easier in the sort of skateboard bearing, etc, etc, and give a little bit of play there, possibly. Right, I'll go back onto time lapse just now. I'll turn the camera off to do that. Just a short while. Let me just go up. You might be able to just make out that hole that's been printed in this right hand pin there. Okay, let's get back to like the time lapse. Now you might hear this sort of noise, and I thought it was linear bearings, but I have replaced the linear bearings with some of these, I think it's known as Duron. I will put the details here. And it's still making this noise, so I think it might possibly be like the end bearing here on the X carriage that is making this sort of, what I'm going to call it, like a metal grating sound to a certain extent. So these three bearings hasn't helped me stop that noise. As you see, this pin is like longer, to the same taller as it is pinned out now than this other pin. This is for the skateboard bearing to go in the hole of the skateboard bearing, and this is for the 4mm bolt to go through and to pivot up and down for the quick release mechanism on the quick release belt drive system I'm trying to put together here. Let's try moving this light a bit, it seems. Dark down here, although there are LEDs on this piece of card I have. Actually, sometimes I think my big lights that I have overtaken, overrun these and such like. You can see these new bearings I have, but that has not stopped any of this sort of noise. I thought it might be the balls actually that wear in the linear bearings I used to have, like grating or something, but obviously not. But sometimes you'll have to try different ideas to eliminate where the problem lies. Looking at this print now, it's 54 minutes into this print, and it looks like it's getting somewhere near the end. There's about as much distance below this hole, which is about here, and above it. As you see, a bit of a sort of mess at the edges. I think I will go back to slicer because, as I say, in Cura, it seems to be finishing off now, the top edge there, by the sound of it and the way it's moving. I might go back to slicer because in Cura the Z level tramming doesn't seem to be working for some reason. This is Cura 15.402, I think. I will put the details here. And there we are, it's finished now. So I asked the nozzle to go all the way up, 200. I asked the bed to come all the way forward and then play a little tune. Again, it's still leaving this very fine hair-like piece of string as it pulls away. So the bed is at 70, the nozzle was at 190 there throughout that print. Blue painter's tape, which was originally cleaned off with isopropyl and alcohol, as you see, was damaged in the previous print when I went to lift it. It ripped up some of the blue painter's tape with the model I printed. That was the push pin for this quick release belt drive extrusion feeding mechanism and done. Oh, I wonder what this should be stopping just now. Yes, there we are, it stopped going up. I was starting to worry there. I wouldn't stop and it would start grating at the top, but no. And as you hear, it plays the tune. So now I'm going to leave it a good half hour to cool down the bed before I even think about trying to remove them. Right, it's probably been about quarter an hour. The bed's at 30 degrees there. Again, tearing up the blue painter's tape. This is PLA, which you see you don't need a heated bed anyway. And as you can, just a second, let the focus get sorted. As you see, there's a hole in there, that's for a 4mm bolt. Quite rough on the edge. See this one. It'll be sticking a bit harder, that one, the short one. This is for the skateboard bearing, to hold the skateboard bearing in place. It's just under 8mm, both of these are just under 8mm. Let's see, can I get this? Let's see how easy it is to get this raft off. Not, it seems almost sticky. It's, well, not sticky, yeah, it does come off. Not too bad. I thought I was going to have quite a struggle there. But that raft has come off. Not raft, I mean rim, like brim. No raft on these. Or brim because of the height. To help spread the... Yep, come off there. I've still got some of the blue painter's tape on. One. Oh, looks pretty good there, not too bad. And here's the brim. I think it's 5 like layers, well, round 5 times for the brim, I believe. So again, it's torn the blue painter's tape, same as the previous print did. I don't know if I almost dare do a cold bed because of warpage and such like. Don't want to print out and then find out it's going to warp after, you know, 5 hours of printing, whatever it is. Okay, so there's 2 pins to go into this quick release belt drive feeding mechanism. Here's the bed, what's left of it.